No, I'm an
That
idiot.
helps me, but
I'm an idiot. Hello.
But yeah,
hello,
like
hello, people of the internet. I am an idiot, and
no,
hello.
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot.
But yeah.
To finish your return, it just is an interesting just approach because it is very much a book where it's kind of like, oh yeah, and by the way, we forgot to tell you this versus it's kind of like I think it comes down to for large part to the audience where Daggerheart seems to be very much Daggerheart seems very much aimed for kind of new players, people not familiar with TTRPGs, people who are kind of.
I think
not that they're the only people that can enjoy it.
No, listen, I think Daggerheart is just aimed at Critical Role fans.
And theater kids,
and
essentially,
theater
yeah.
kids.
And I think, right, and I think a big part of that is not just in design. Sorry, I said that I cut out a sec.
Yeah.
It's not just design, but it's also system design, but it's also how they design or present the data or what they decide to talk about in the book. They have entire sections dedicated to this is how you would allow someone who wants to do this in your system, or this is how you would accommodate that, versus something like a Draw Steel, which is very technical, and Draw Steel, their book,
it's
Spartan, and it tells you up front in the first few pages, okay, this is what the game's about. If you don't like it, you should probably play a different game. Here's our glossary of all of our different terms up front. These are all the basics you need to know. It's basically right off the bat, this is what the game is about.
Let me just catch Scott up. We were talking about the layout of Daggerheart, Scott, which is it's not the best. it's just, listen, I like the system. I've been enjoying playing the system. It's just it's not the best layout. They really didn't focus a lot on the layout. And RB was talking about Draw Steel, which is another system that came out very recently, and it's the exact opposite. It's super minimalistic. The player's handbook has all the information up front. It has everything that you need to know, and it doesn't focus on art. It doesn't focus on being pretty. It just has all the information. And I will say this: I think, in the end, the new D&D books are the happy medium between Daggerheart and Draw Steel. They have very well organized stuff, and I think the books, especially the DM's guide, is super well organized, and but it also has the prettiest art that has come out recently. So I think I really like Daggerheart. They really have to work on their player handbook. That's it. But we're not doing a podcast right now.
Well, I didn't get to make my point.
I'm sorry.
This is a feedback.
We were saying the sort of target audience of Daggerheart, Critical Role fans of theater kids. Me being much more STEM based, with my computer science degree and everything. That's why I tend to lean towards a bit more complicated, crunchier systems, because that's what appeals to me. I'm Daggerheart's fine, but between the two, I think I'd prefer to lean more on playing something crunchier like D&D or D&D.
Yeah, I think Seb, I think you'll like Draw Steel. I think it's super crunchy. From what little I've seen about Draw Steel, it's super crunchy. And it's not my style, so I'm probably never gonna DM Draw Steel. But I know it's a really good system from what I've heard. But it's super crunchy. It has all the mechanics. It doesn't just have mechanics, it has all the mechanics. Plus there's also Pathfinder, which is the crunchiest ever.
I'm not much in Pathfinder 2, but I've played a lot of Pathfinder base.
No, I played a lot of Pathfinder too.
So many feats, so many subclasses.
I would say Draw Steel is not necessarily I would say it's not like as crunchy as Pathfinder. It is crunchy in a sense that it is very kind of robust, and it has a lot of rules, but it's
Yeah.
also kind of the rules a lot of them kind of make sense or build off each other. It's kind of like I would say it's less that it's just super crunchy and you're going to be busting out the calculator every round versus kind of like high learning curve. And
Yeah.
once you understand the rules and get down the basics, then a lot of it just like comes out very naturally or is very smoothly. But because there are it's just a lot of rules, a lot of text up front. It's just kind of a kind of a bigger learning curve to just
Yeah.
jump through. But
But
yeah, like, it's just very interesting that we have these two, kind of from these big, internet / YouTube like companies like going forth between Daggerheart and Drawsteel coming out, around the same time, and they're
you
just
mean
like,
the two systems from a guy named Matt and a guy named Matt?
I know,
You.
but it's just crazy that they're just like they're not polar opposites, but they're pretty close. They're very
Yeah.
they're very distinct and different, which is good because
Listen,
it's kind of
if you-
like
if
more
you've
games is
seen-
fun.
If you've seen any Matt Colville videos, you knew he was coming up with a new system, you would know that it was pretty much going to be draw still. Like, I love Matt
It's
Colville.
4E but done better.
Yeah, it's basically 4E but done better. Thank you. That's exactly what it is. But right now we're playing Daggerheart and we're playing into the Shourdlands. And hello everyone. We didn't get to do the intro because we were talking. But hello everyone. Welcome in, Raiders. Scott. I don't know if you're still with us, Scott. I know some people raid and dash, but if you're still here, Scott, love you very much and thank you so much for the raid. Anyway, hi Scott.
Hi.
You'll stick around. Well played,
Might
Scott.
stick around, see what happens.
Well played. Well played. All right. I'm here with my wonderful friends. We have Scottzilla playing Talamir, the druid.
Oh, tell me. Hello.
Yes, the best name that the
Exactly.
random name generator came up with, and Scott just really loved it. We have Sev playing Alan the Guardian.
Hey.
And we have RB Raining Blades playing Alyssa the Sorceress.
Hi everybody.
There we go. I was actually talking to Dusk. Now that you just reminded me, I was actually talking to Dusk the other day, and he we might play not in Skyheart because he can't Tuesday. But I might play with Dusk sometime, and he said he DM for me, and I was like, what?
Oh my god, you get to play!
What is this? What is this? What is this?
Oh my
Weirdness. Yeah. But anyway, this is going to be the second to last episode, hopefully, of this little short campaign that we have before we return to the Skyheart, because Osho's back and everyone is ready to get back on the saddle of the Skyheart, because we do have a story to continue, don't we, guys?
We do have a world to save, that's true.
I mean, save. Sure.
Town to save.
Yeah.
Sure.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
We have a town to delay the inevitable destruction of. How about that?
You know what? That
Yeah.
works. But I mean, you're doing pretty well here, honestly. You've reached. You've gone past the bridge. A singular person to save at the very least. Thank you, Marshall. Thank you. But yeah, you crossed the bridge. You got caught up by a pack of Blightborn that attacked you. It was a bit of a mess, but you managed to come out on top with your amazing combat maneuvers and skills. And
Alyssa's
whatnot.
amazing combat maneuvers. And Alan's unkillability.
Unkillability is like the best term.
He's so tanky. It's just
so
crazy.
fucking tanky. And at level 5, because we were talking about the tiers. He gains an ability where he gets even more tanky, and he makes everyone around him tankier.
Jesus.
Fucking guardians are so cool. Anyway, but yes, so, and the party leveled up. That was a thing that happened. The party leveled up, gained a couple of new abilities, but the town is still not saved. There's still the mission to recover the relic from Caer Elira, this abandoned city that fell to the Blightborn and the Shroud long ago. As the party continues through the dense, dark forests covered in the Shroud, using their masks to breathe. Well, Alyssa and Ellen using their masks. Tarn, I'm just gonna assume you have like tubes sticking into your neck or something, because you don't have a mouth.
Yeah, I'll make do.
Yeah, you know what? Sure. you
I'll get by.
You get, yeah. You're fun. You're a fun guy. You get by. Hey.
Make that pun every session.
Every fucking session,
without fail.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you're a mushroom guy, listen. When you're a mushroom guy, that pun needs to be made, right? But yes. So you continue. You have been able to defeat the pack, but you do know there's more Gorbies. There's always more Gorbies, so you've been careful walking through this area, and eventually you're lucky enough to come out of the woods. As you reach the end of this tree line, of this twisted tree line, you look down and you see as the area in front of you becomes a rolling hill downwards, and then eventually you see how it begins to go up and up and up, and you see a cliffside. You know from before the Shroud, Alan, and from your travels, Tarn and Alyssa. Actually, Tarn, you're before the Shroud as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Tarn and Alan, you know from before the Shroud file, and Alyssa from your travels, that Caer Elira is at the top of a large cliffside. So while from this position you can barely see something that might resemble the remains of a city, you do know that there is a sheer cliff that you're going to have to climb. Now, you do see that there's two options. You can head towards the foot of the cliff and begin to climb, and climb straight all the way up to Caer Elira, which might take a few hours, but you're going to be able to get there today, quote unquote. There's no daytime, but you know, within a couple of hours. Or you do see a path that leads around the cliff, that probably leads in, it definitely leads into a passage that goes up the mountain. Probably safer, probably the path that people used to use. However, it's going to take more than 3 times the time it's going to take you to climb, because you're going to have to do a lot of walking to go around this mountain to find the path. But supposedly it might be a little bit safer than, you know, climbing without any gear. But that is a decision you're going to have to make. You are on a time crunch, but is it worth your safety? That is the real question. So as you stand there looking upon the cliff off in the distance, what do you say to each other? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
So I have an ability that I'm driving. I can't look at, but I know I have an ability that lets me spend a hope, and can basically make it so someone can walk on walls as easy as just walking. It's only one at a time, and if it's going to be several hours, I can't do like I'll spin on one and then next like a chain. But there's at least one of like if we choose that option, just going straight up, there's at least one of us that could walk just easily, and then I mean it could even be something like if it was used on Alan, then Alan could carry Alyssa, and then
I'm gonna say the magic would not be capable of carrying 2 people. That is
okay.
Like,
okay, that makes sense. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, so. It's good enough. It's good enough for one person's feet to stick to the wall, but like not 2 people.
Okay. The point we bring out is that that's at least one solution for 1 out of 3 of us to make things easier, if we choose to do that.
Indeed.
Question for the DM.
Yes, player.
When it comes to my beast form, I've got a list of things I can turn into. It just says like name, level, trait, details. Is the level my level? So looking at this, I've got armored sentry that says level 2. Is that like player level 2?
That's tier. That's tier 2. You are currently tier 2 because Daggerheart works in tiers. So tier 1 is level 1, tier 2 is 2 to 4, and tier 3 is 5 to 7 or 5 to 8. And yes, and no, it's 5 to 7, and then 8 to 10 is the final tier. So you do have access to the tier 4, not the tier 4. Oh my god!
I was gonna say T-Rex time.
No, you do have access to tier 2 animal forms.
Yeah. Cool. In that case, I can fly up, so don't worry about me. I can get up.
Oh yeah, you do unlock the ability to become a boyd.
I can become a winged beast.
A boyd.
Bird up.
Bird up.
Bird
it's the code up. Bird. So I can fly. Do I? When you say cliff and you say a couple of hours to climb, I take it we don't have enough rope for me to lower something down for. To help with the climbing.
It's a really high cliff. It's
So rope wouldn't help.
I mean, this is the cliff. I know RP can't see, but this is basically.
That is a big cliff.
That is a cliff.
Yeah.
How big of a bird can you turn into?
Only
like a raven or an owl or something like that.
Hawk, owl, raven.
Not big enough to carry a person.
No.
Yeah, this is going to be real hard for me to get up.
Yeah, I mean, if we were to, I guess, and this is what I was trying to get at, not less like, oh, just someone carries it. Like, we could do something where, if Tarn flies, Alyssa does the wall walk on Alan with his hefty armor, something like that, and then, but then she would have to climb, and then maybe like have a rope attached to her and Alan in case like she slipped, then he could suddenly try and like even if limited to keep her from just plummeting. But that's at least it sounds like we can at least get 2 people going up without issue and kind of leaving it down to the third one, and maybe that case, like mechanically speaking, is the third person then is able to easier get help from others, or
I will say Tarn. If Tarn is flying, he'd be pretty useless here. So it would be essentially between Alyssa and Alan.
Can I turn into anything?
Yeah.
Wait, can you turn into a goat? I don't think that'd help.
Yes, I can turn into a nimble grazer, which is has like additions to agility, but
gain advantage on leap, sneak, and sprint.
Yeah.
You can turn into a household friend, which does have advantage on climb, which is a cat. Basically, you can turn into a cat if you wanna. It's not gonna help you much with the climbing, but with helping
I
others.
think at
But
that
you
point,
know,
yeah, I think with what forms you have available, I'm not sure you have one that I imagine you're not going to have one that you can both make things really easy for you and allow you to help. It'd probably just be better to be like, I can fly, but I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
again,
can
that's all-
get you. I can get myself up there, but I can't help anybody else get up there. Is the
actually,
problem?
you can turn into a panther. The pouncing predator does give you advantage on climb, and it's a big creature, so
Wait. Oh wow, that's true. Eh?
So something like Alyssa could get on Tarn's back, and then Tarn climbs with advantage while
No.
Alan
Yeah.
just
No, you're
walks
not-
up. And
you're no. Listen, Alyssa, Tarn cannot turn into a creature big enough to be a mount for Alyssa
Yet.
yet.
Look, it's worth throwing out. Okay.
It's worth asking.
But what can
So I
happen
guess-
is if Tarn turns into a big animal that can climb, Tarn can help out with the climbing if need be. Because otherwise, if he's just flying, he's gonna be pretty useless. Just well, not useless. You're gonna be able to get an eyes on things, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
So I guess it's just a question of, do we feel like I said, if we can kind of minimize it down to like one, we're essentially minimizing it down to one person doing tests, but being able to be helped by one or two people.
Yeah.
Or at least, is that still worth it versus taking 3 days versus 1 day type deal?
Yeah.
Way.
it's not 3 days. It's gonna take you like 2 hours to climb, and around 6 to 8 hours to go around and find a path.
Oh, okay, I see.
Like it's 3 times longer, but we're still talking hours, not days.
Yeah. Wait, I got confused because when you meant you'd be able to get it today, it's because today would end in just a few hours. I thought you were meaning it's like a day. I was just like, oh,
yeah.
geez, a big climb.
Listen. You haven't had a long rest, so it's been. You've done the bridge thing. You've done the pack thing. You've been traveling, so it's been a while. But it's not enough for the whole day to finish just quite yet. So, as you look upon this sheer cliff, what is the decision that the party comes to?
Well, I'm the one that would be really hard to get up. We've got a way, but then it would make it harder for Alyssa. So it feels like Alyssa's the one putting herself at risk with the plan that we would have going up. So I really think it would be up to her if we try that or if we take the time and go around.
I think, well, why don't we use the spell on Alan to get him up. I'll turn into a panther / lion / predator, and I'll climb up and kind of help Alyssa if needed.
Okay.
Like obviously you can't be a mount, but I can be there to kind of help as
You'll
needed.
be climbing alongside her. Yes.
Yeah.
How long can you stay in your animal form? Is it just indefinite?
As long as he
Indefinite,
wants.
I think. As long as I don't get like critically hurt.
So we could do no, that could be bad with a split. Never mind. I was gonna suggest like we could essentially have Alan climb up with Tarn flying, and then when Alan got to the top, Tarn would fly back down and let Alyssa know. Then she could just climb using the spell ability, but then that would keep us. I mean, for all we know, Gorbeast would then suddenly descend upon Alyssa while she's all alone. So,
Oh,
That-
you wanna split the party? Go on, keep going. I love the sound of those.
I mean, let's be honest. If we're gonna run into Gorby's some sort if we take the long way around. Like that's just
Are you? I
that's
don't know.
probably gonna end up happening. Unless if Alyssa has Tarn there also to help out in a case if need be, then she'd be fine. I'd be fine climbing up and trying to do the sheer cliff face. If it's going to be a Tarn flies, Alan walks, and she's basically just kind of more or less on her own, then
So I'm gonna
probably
explain how I'm gonna play this. If we do the climbing one, the way we're gonna do this is going to be a countdown, which is basically a skill challenge, a properly used countdown because I've read and reread how to properly use this one. So it's going to be a countdown. It's essentially a skill challenge. You're going to start at 12, and depending on your results, the countdown is going to be just going down. Alan won't be able to climb. That won't be able to participate in the rolling because he's literally just walking, right? But I will say, if Alan is literally just walking, I will allow Alan's presence to give Alyssa advantage on her climbing rolls, as if Alan is not carrying her but helping her out while she's climbing.
All right.
Okay, yeah, that works for me. And then I guess Tarn could just fly to also avoid the rolls, but he just wouldn't be able to help because he's birdie.
I will say if Tarn isn't participating, that's one less roll. It can be good or it can be bad. So that's completely up to you. But using wall walk does provide some a lot of benefits here.
Yeah.
Well then, let's climb then, and then I'll just leave it up to Scott whether he wants to, whether he's feeling like he wants to be lucky with his rolls.
Scott, you have so many options, so many animal forms now, because you have the tier 1 and the tier 2 animals.
That's like twice the animals.
Yeah.
Actually, it is. It literally is.
Okay, so we decide we're gonna try and climb the cliff.
Yeah.
That's not good to people.
All right.
Okay, in that case, I can't do it because I'm driving, but I'm going to cast my wall walk ability.
I'm gonna have to do it for you, peasant.
I should have hope. I guess if I don't have hope, that changes things.
You now have 3 hope left.
Okay.
So Alan, actually,
Oh,
Alyssa,
real quick. We can talk about how much hope we have, right?
Yeah, sure.
So RB has 3 hope left, right? You just said that.
Mm-hmm. After casting the
How hopeful
the
are you
spell.
feeling, Tarn?
I have 1 hope.
Okay, because I asked you what you could turn into earlier, which is asking something that they're good at.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to elaborate on that conversation. It's not gonna be just hey. You can turn into
Well,
what?
we've also been talking about what he could turn into to change.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You
I
know
mean, we
Sure.
did say my ability was going to be using animal forms for everything.
I'll allow it.
Since I couldn't think of something good in the on the fly.
Oh shit! I forgot to change that.
Adaptable. Adaptable.
I'm gonna say your experience is animals solve all the problems.
Yeah. Animals solve everything. Yeah, that's the one.
All right, so there you go. No more swimming. Just animals solve everything.
You
But
get
yeah,
to the top and there's
so-
a huge lake that you have to swim across.
So yeah, I used a soldier's bond.
All right, you gain both Alan and Tarn. You gain 3 hope
Ooh.
as Alan shares and actually as Tarn shares some of his personal abilities, and Alan learns more about his companion, you're filled with more hope.
Determination.
Yes, you're filled with determination. Let's go with that. I know that reference. But yes.
Yeah,
So,
I love Deltarune.
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. All right. So, Alyssa, describe what it looks like when you apply wall walk on Alan.
Basically, she's just going to, she's just gonna like kind of lay her hand on him, and it's gonna like some shadowy kind of energy is gonna kind of like start, almost like a mist kind of coming out of her hand, like around and like swirling around him as it starts to move down his body, and then kind of just hovers, swirling around his feet in a sort of like mystical, mist/fog that will help, magically kind of clink his feet down onto the walls, the cliffside as he walks along it.
Alan, you are now Spider-Man.
Okay, I'm going to very carefully raise one of my feet and put it up against the cliff.
Lo and behold, it sticks.
Okay, I pick myself up, and with the foot I've put down, and put down the other one on the cliff.
Behold, it holds up.
Okay, yeah, this is working, but gravity is still a thing.
So yeah, your core, you're working your core right now. Like
I will say, I think the ability says it becomes as easy as it is, like walking. I think I can't remember what the exact text describes, but
stop trying to ruin the joke. Come on now.
I'm just saying, mechanically speaking. Look.
Easily as walking on the ground. Yes, I know. But let's just say it's because Alan has a lot of core strength. That's why.
Yeah.
Alan is strong. Alan knows what he's doing.
All right, I think I'm good. Let's go.
All right. Tarn, what animal are you turning into?
What did we decide on, Alyssa? Did we decide on me helping you, or did we decide on me just getting up there and you getting up?
I think if Alan's all help is it's just giving you 2d6, but then you just pick whichever one's higher, right?
Not 2d6. No. Yes. Well, if multiple people are helping, yes, you only get the highest roll.
So,
yeah.
I mean, so like I said, I think it kind of up to you. Just if you feel like it, I don't know. Like I think like if you're trying to help, you're gonna have to spend hope to help Alyssa, and then you're also gonna have to be rolling yourself, although with advantage for climbing.
I've got a lot of hope.
Maybe just like.
I've got a lot of hope.
Yeah, so it's either that or you could just avoid rolling it all together.
He's very hopeful, He's very hopeful.
Delete the encounter, so to speak.
You could. I mean, I guess you could also always choose to, if you were climbing, to bail and just start flying. But it'd be hard to go from flying to then trying climbing. Maybe, I don't know. I think ultimately it's up to you. I mean, Alyssa's going to be getting some help from Alan, so. And I guess if you're helping as well, that means Alan doesn't have to burn all of his hope. You can like alternate or something.
Yeah, we'll split the hope. I'll turn into a lion, and I will help climb.
A mushroom and bark lion.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That is one of them, isn't it? Yeah, pants and
yes.
Yeah. Turn into
are you using stress or hope?
I like to imagine that his mane is like a big mushroom cap.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100% has to be. Like, I would be offended if you didn't go that route.
I'm not using evolution. I'm just going to mark a stress, which I've already done.
So you just mark a stress and you turn into right in front of your friends. You turn I say friends very liberally. Your companions forced together,
Yeah.
but you've survived together this long, so friends, sure. And you become
Alyssa is friends with anyone she spends more than 5 minutes with.
You know what? That's fair.
And everybody is Tarn's friend.
Yes, of course. Everybody loves Tarn Talamir.
Yeah.
But yes, so you turn into a lion. You have the big kitty claws. You can climb real good. So yes, as we start, I put the countdown at 12, and both Tarn and Alyssa, you have advantage on every climb roll that you do. So, who wants to do the climb roll first?
I can do mine. I can do mine if you want.
Sure.
So what we're rolling?
Strength is what you use to climb. So
Right.
no, wait, is it? Yes, strength is what you use to climb. So roll me a strength. You
With
and
advantage.
mark advantage.
Okay. Yeah.
That is a success.
Oh
with
Jesus!
hope.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a success with hope. This means, if I'm not mistaken, that's 2 ticks down on
Nice.
the challenge. Success with hope. That's 2 ticks down, so you're at 10. So, what this means essentially, my friends, is that Taran Talamir, lion mode, jumps up, claws up the wall, even though it's a sheer cliff. He begins to climb up, just with our paws wide open, one leap at a time, one small leap at a time. Meanwhile, Alyssa and Alan are climbing. I'm gonna roll for Alyssa.
Well, climbing.
Can I, since I'm trying to speed up and catch up with Tarn, who's moving really fast, would this be a way I could use my Swift experience to spend a hope and gain?
The sprinter
I
experience.
remember I said I wanted to switch out from Sprinter to Swift
Oh,
through the last session.
that's true.
That was my new experience.
I forgot to change, but yeah, I'm gonna say it applies.
Okay,
So
then I'm going to spend a hope to +2.
okay. And thus you rolled a 25 with fear.
Oh.
Fear, God damn it.
So that is a
So full
success.
of fear, yum.
That's actually not a bad thing. So it ticks down 1 still. Basically slows you down. I just gain fear from it. That's pretty much it. However,
It's that thing like where you grab a rock and like it's loose and falls, but you don't fall, but it's just spooky for a moment.
actually,
Yeah.
I'm going to spend the fear now that I got the spotlight. I'm going to spend a fear, and I'm going to say, Alyssa, Alan is kind of awkward. Like, okay, here's things from Alan's point of view. He's walking, and Alyssa, you're crawling on the floor. It's kind of awkward to help you move, right? So I'm gonna say you do slip, Alyssa, as you're moving, and one of the rocks that your foot is on actually just basically you slip, and you start dragging down the cliff. Not falling, but you do start to scrape your hands and knees as you don't fall and nobody has to help you, but you do take some damage from basically scraping your hands and knees. I'm gonna say it's 2d8. So you take 11 points of damage, which is your major HP threshold, so you take 2 damage. As you basically you hurt your hands pretty badly. Now that we see this, but you didn't fall
I'm gonna
completely.
intercept the cliff and take the damage.
You intercept. Yes, the tower shield that intercepts even nature itself. That's cool. All right, cool. So you continue. Roll me another climbing, Scott.
Oh, climbing. I just thought, I can add my animal solve everything to this, right?
I mean, you are an animal and you are solving a problem.
I'm solving the problem by being an animal. 25 with fear, Jesus.
Ooh, I gained another fear. Thank you. But that is that the countdown is still ticking down. You're still doing it. I will say, this is the first time you've become such a large animal and such a feral. These feral predator instincts from a lion. Actually, you're not used to this, Tarn. You haven't tried a big game animal, a big predator animal like this before. You look to the side and you see Alyssa. She looks like a tasty morsel, doesn't she? But no, you have to resist. Mark off a stress as you're basically stressing yourself to not eat your companion.
Eat. Oh, that's.
She is bleeding now. Like it's
exactly.
That's what it is.
Like
blood in the water.
Blood in the water. She looks like such a tasty snack right now. But yes, you continue. I'm gonna roll for Alyssa. Alyssa, are you spending another hope, or just
not this time?
Not this time. All right. That is a 25 with fear. Ladies and gentlemen, I am full of fear.
So are we.
But you do the countdown is still down to 7, so you're actually making progress. I'm gonna use another fear.
Do I gain stress from saying Tarn view me as a tasty morsel?
I'm gonna say, Alyssa, you look to the actually not Alyssa. Alan, you're climbing normally. You are a big guy with armor.
I'm walking.
You're walking.
I'm
yes.
walking here.
You're walking here.
Hey, I'm walking here.
I'm gonna say you're about halfway up the cliff, and then you look down. If you're climbing, you're like holding onto the cliff. That's fine. But in this moment, you are just feet on the cliff, looking down, and it gives you the biggest sense of vertigo ever. Alan, I'm gonna say, roll me a reaction. This is a reaction roll, but roll me a strength.
Oh, reaction.
Actually, not strength. Sorry. Roll me a finesse.
Ooh.
$15 with hope. That is a success with hope. So you you don't gain hope because it's a reaction.
Yeah, reaction rolls don't gain
Yes.
hope or generate fear.
Or generate fear. Exactly. But
Does that Game Master question? Does that mean that if you rolled with fear on a reaction, that something still bad happens because it was with fear?
No.
Or is it just success fail versus
It's
failure?
a success fail. It's just success fail. For reaction,
Okay.
it's just success fail. So this is what happens. Alan Gunther, as you are gaining that sense of vertigo, you like wobble a little bit, and your broadsword begins to slide down your scabbard as you haven't affix it properly, and it begins to fall, but you catch it at the last moment, holding on to it.
Ooh.
You nearly lost your sword. You would have had to climb walk
Not
all the way
again.
down. Not again, exactly.
Determined to take this man's sword.
I mean, sure. Hey, he has a broadsword, and it happens.
Yeah.
But yes. So, as this is all happening, everyone is climbing. Everyone is trying, and Alan is walking. Alan, I actually want you to roll a instinct for me.
Instinct.
Yes. This isn't
Oh,
part
what
of
is
the
it?
countdown. This is
Not part of the countdown.
no. This is something else. But it's not a reaction. It's just an instinct. So
Is there any more context than that?
this is basically a perception roll that you're doing.
Okay. All right. I was wondering if something like, say, my life on the road would help.
I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say so.
Okay. Oh no, not a with fear.
Oh, I generate more fear. Yay. Cool. I will say this. Then, this is a success with fear. I gain fear. Alan, as you're walking, you notice something. There's an alcove in it's within very far of you, but your eyes manage to catch sight of it. It's right in the middle of the cliff. You couldn't see it from where you started climbing, but now that you're here, you're able to see something. It does have something there. You see parts of something that isn't rock. You can't really tell what it might be. You're not too sure. But this
How
is
close
what
am I to the others?
well, I will say this. Because you roll with fear, I'm going to say Alyssa doesn't gain advantage on her next climbing roll. Because you're
Okay.
distracted by the alcove. But it is... You would be able to get there with a little bit of a run. You would be able to get there and back. But this would leave Alyssa alone.
I think it's probably for the best that we just keep a wide berth from it. Not go check it out.
Okay. Do you tell the others, or do you
Yeah, I'll
just-
tell the others that I see an alcove.
Mhm.
Can't tell what's in it, but I'm not wanting to risk things.
I agree. Let's just stay focused on getting up here.
Okay. Alyssa, I'm gonna roll a climb with not with advantage this time.
And then, so does that mean would Tarn be able to help me instead, or
If Tarn wants
so
to.
choose or
Yeah, Tarn will help if needs be.
Okay, Tarn, use a hope then.
with the hope?
Boop, done.
That is a critical success. So, it turns out, Alyssa, Tarn as a lion is somehow more helpful than Alan while he's distracted. As you climb pretty quickly with Tarn, describe how you're helping Alyssa while you're a big lion climbing a cliff.
So I haven't got enough like weird plant tendrils to carry her the whole way, but if she stumbles, I kind of like lash out with one and just kind of nudge her back into place on the wall if it looks like she's falling.
Oh, doesn't that feel awesome, Alyssa? Fungus tentacles are grabbing you.
But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I've read it up.
Anyway,
Don't worry about it.
don't worry about it. Forget about it.
Okay, so that's because it was a crit. That's a clear stress and a
Yes.
Gain a hope.
You gain
Is
a
that how
hope
that
and you
works?
clear a stress. Exactly. Tarn, you also have to roll your climb.
Oh, climbing. Yeah.
A 19 with hope, so you gain hope, Tarn, and that is a
Nice.
success. So that is 2 ticks. It goes down to the countdown is down to 2. But I'm an asshole.
How was the crit 3 ticks or was it just 2?
It's 3 ticks.
Woo,
A
okay.
success with hope is 2
okay,
ticks.
You're an asshole. Okay, yeah.
A success
you're
with
an
hope.
asshole. Continue.
Yes, I'm an asshole.
However,
However, I'm an asshole. I'm going to use a fear to activate this encounter's event, which is called simply Fall.
you all fall. Game over.
Not all of you, one of you.
Party falls, rocks die.
Oh no!
Alyssa,
Not the rocks. What did they
Oh.
ever do to us?
Alyssa, you're doing amazing. You're doing fantastic. You even got a crit, so you are maneuvering this like nobody's business. However, you notice as Tarn climbs onto a rock and it just dislodges completely from the cliff. Just completely dislodges itself. And Tarn, you feel the weight of gravity and the large boulder that you're holding on to begin to catch hold. How is someone going to save Tarn in this moment, or how is Tarn going to save himself? Who wants the spotlight? Who wants to do something?
Let me check something real quick.
This is when you could just turn into a bird and fly away.
I'm just checking because I was going to ask if I can use my evolution to burn 3 hope and shift into a different form.
Yes, 100%
Yeah.
you can.
Right.
Especially if you're using evolution. I'm going to say, because there's nothing in the rules that says you can't go from one form to another.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to say, if you're using,
Because it's an emergency situation. I
Yes.
think he wouldn't do it casually. I think he would.
That's where I was where I was going.
Yeah.
It makes sense that you're using evolution, which is just the best, the fastest and strongest a way to transform, to keep you from going splat upon the floor. So
I'll actually do it this time.
are you're gonna use evolution and transform into a Boyd?
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of as it dislodges, I'm just gonna kind of shout out. I'm just gonna sorry, Alyssa, and like Alyssa kind of sees. I just kind of like shrink into myself as if I was in like a black hole. I'll just kind of shrink into myself, and there's like an orb of like wood and tendrils and mushrooms for a second before it unravels into a what kind of bird can I be? It doesn't especially matter, to be honest. Just like a
Owl, hawk,
like a big
there's
owl, like an
crow,
owl.
There's so many birds that you can turn into.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
think an owl
owl?
would be.
Sure, I'm
an
glad I
owl
helped
would
pop
be-
off your hope before you went up this cliff.
Yes.
Yes.
Because,
I will.
that would have been.
I will say. Do you want to know how much damage you would have taken if you failed to fall?
I assume I would be dead.
No.
No.
You would have taken 5d10 damage, which would have been 22 damage.
Right. So that would have knocked me out of beast form at the very least.
So it would have done something.
Mhm.
But yes. So, Alyssa, now you are the only one actually climbing. Tarn is just flying next to you. Alan is just walking next to you.
I'll fly nearer for like emotional support. I'm not just fucked off. I'm actually gonna, you know.
You know what? That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. I'll climb.
Okay. I'm gonna roll
I'll
for
climb.
Let's see how it goes. You still have the advantage because of Alan.
And I'm just gonna go ahead and burn a hope to do Swift again to try and be quick about it.
Okay.
I really don't want to get a failure.
Okay, I already rolled, but you don't know the results,
Oh,
so,
okay.
so that's fine. You apply Swift. You apply Swift because you're really trying to get up there as fast as you can. Correct?
Yeah.
So that is a 22 with fear. Again, fear, and you're pushing yourself because you're really stressed about fall. You saw Tarn fall, and the only reason he's probably alive right now is because he can turn into a bird. You cannot turn into a bird, as far as you know. So I'm gonna say,
As I know.
Oh, you'll turn into a rain of blades.
Stop the floor.
I'm gonna say you gain 1 stress. Okay, Alyssa, but
Okay.
that does go down to 1 countdown. You have 1 more roll, unless you fail with fear or fail with hope, which fail with hope means you have no progress. You're going to be able to reach the top, Alyssa. I'm going to roll.
All right. So I'm gonna climb. No experience, just a roll
No experiences?
with advantage.
All right. Just a roll with advantage. I have good news. It's a success, but with fear. I cannot get more fear.
I always.
Listen, friends, I cannot get more fear than this. So, you know what? Alan, you're the only one that hasn't gotten stress yet. You're going to get more stress now.
I'm inflicting stress
Oh, no.
upon you.
You are...
Wait, I thought Alan got stressed from the. Oh, never mind.
His
No,
sword
that was
falling
the,
out.
Yeah, his sword nearly
that was the, yeah, that
fell.
was.
That's important. All right. So, as you are about to reach the top, I will say you managed to do this only because Tarn is a bird and he can fly up above everyone. Tarn, you will reach the top of the cliff. There are a few scattered trees up top. The first thing you see, though, is the ruins of Caer Alira. This destroyed city built upon the cliffs with bridges that lead from one building to another, many, many bridges and sheer drops. In its heyday, this city was beautiful, but now it's abandoned and mostly left to the hands of time. But the second thing you see is a group of figures that are up at the top of the cliff. These individuals, 3 of them that you can see, are clearly waiting exactly where Alyssa and Alan are climbing. And they seem to have bows in their hands.
Okay.
What do you do, Tarn? Alyssa hasn't reached the very top, neither has Alan. So what do you do?
How far out are they from the top?
Oh, they are like a meter or so from reaching the top.
Okay, so I wouldn't have to distract them for very long, right?
No, I suppose no.
In that case, can I fly above them? Like I'll kind of fly above them to a point that if I fell from where I was, I wouldn't be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to kind of drop on them and shift back out of my thingy. I'm just going to cannonball onto them.
Okay. All right. So not high enough that you're going to take damage. Is that what you want? All right.
Basically, yeah.
So Alan, you do see as Tarn immediately, for some reason, flies into the canyon, and you lose sight of him. Both you and Alyssa lose sight of him. And Taryn, as you fly towards these humanoid figures, the closer you get, you start to see these are regular humans with hoods over their heads. You turn into your normal, so you come out of your beast form, and you come crashing down, slamming against the. Do you do the superhero landing? Is that what you do?
I'm doing a superhero landing on them.
Okay.
So like trying to clobber them as I land.
At least one of them, you can do that.
Yeah.
It's clobbering time.
It's clobbering,
clobbering time, baby.
So, I will say, you. Oh, you're tiny now.
I'm trying to Yeah, I was going to say I'm trying to unbeast.
Yep. It just starts to it turns you
Oh, you've done it. Cool.
back small.
You've done it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So you come crashing down. Roll me an agility.
Agility. Oh no. Okay.
You would need an agility to see if you hit anyone.
Yeah. Well, this is the opposite of. Oh.
That's a critical. Double ones, baby.
Double ones.
Hell yeah. So you clear you gain. Wow. You gain a hope. You clear a stress.
Nice.
And you get exactly what you want. You superhero land on top of one of these guys that are apparently waiting for you to climb up. You come crashing down like a meteor. You crash into one of them. Immediately you hear, "What the fuck?" as you crash into what you just hear the guy under you go as you superhero landing. Alan and Alyssa both climb up the cliff, and you see two figures standing next to Tarn, who is now in his back in his fungi form, humanoid fungi form. As both of you climb, you see two figures who are completely shocked, and Tarn is on top of the other dude. They look at each other. They look at Alan, who is literally walking up the cliff, not even climbing. And yeah, and he has this big ass shield in his hand and a broadsword in his hand because it nearly fell. Tarn superhero landed on top of the one of their guys, and Alyssa is also climbing. She's not as threatening, let's be honest. In this moment, she's not as threatening as the rest. However, immediately the other two raise their hands. "We give up, don't kill us." That's what they do. They just say, "We give up, don't kill us."
I just check the guy. Is the guy that I landed on dead or just knocked out?
He's just knocked out.
Just knocked out.
Unless you want him to be dead, you can just apply a little bit of force here, and
no,
it solves so many problems. So.
Whoa, whoa, hey! What's going on? Tarn, aren't you following that guy?
Well, the bows kind of weren't giving me a good first impression. Kind of a strange place to be stood, especially with my friends climbing up here.
Oh, these things! No, they're for hunting animals. The other one, protection from gore beasts.
Is there a lot of game to be found on the side of a sheer cliff?
Birds, right? The other one, yeah. There's birds. But by the way, at this point, they threw the bows on the floor, and they're like just hands up, very worried. now that well, you're literally on top of one of them, Tarn, so you get a good look.
Yeah.
Now that you get a good look, and also Alyssa and Alan, you also get a good look. These are human, all three of them. Incredibly skinny, clearly malnourished. They have hoods over their heads. They have tattered clothing. They don't look like they've had good experiences out here. But they have weirdly things that pop out. Weirdly, there's things that pop out. You see, one of them has this very ornate sword on his belt. The one you're on top of, Tarn, has a very a bow with a skull where the hand where the grip is. It's a very elaborate bow, and a couple of other things. One of the others has this. While everyone else has tattered clothing, he has this beautiful black armor that seems to be not make any sound even when he moves. They have weirdly good equipment for what are essentially beggar-looking guys.
Mm.
And they are absolutely terrified of you.
I'm
Where are you
gonna.
guys from?
What'd you say, Sev?
Where are you guys from?
We used to be from a town, but it got destroyed a few months ago. Listen, we weren't gonna do nothing. We were just gonna take your food, and we weren't gonna kill you or anything. We just real hungry, okay? We're real hungry, guys.
I'm just gonna help the guy.
Oh,
kind of help the guy who I landed on. Like
110% completely unconscious.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna like kind of pick him up and just kind of place him by the at the feet of his friend.
Okay.
Probably a good thing I didn't aim for the kill then, I suppose.
Thank you, mister. We didn't know you fungus folk fell from the sky and could fly.
Oh yes, all of us can. Every single one of us. 100%. Yep. We just don't tell non-fungus people about it, but no, it's true. 100%. I can't really wink, but I kind of wink at Alistair and Alan.
Does one of the lights in your eyes just goes out?
Yeah, like the wood kind of closes up around it for a second and then opens.
Yes, RB?
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay.
What do we have as far as like provisions and like food and stuff we have on hand?
You basically have some dried meats and some stale bread and some cheese, but you essentially took enough food for a round trip. Like you do have a little bit of extra, but it's possibly just an extra day for a person.
So how likely does they're out in the wild? Do they have masks?
Two of them have masks. One of them doesn't have a mask, and he looks to be the most sickly.
Is that also the one that's unconscious?
That is also the one that is unconscious. Yes.
So rough going.
Dude's not having a good time. Listen, we didn't mean we didn't mean to harm anyone. We just want to bring some food back to our little camp, and um, we're just struggling. We don't even know how to use these things. As one of them points to the broadsword that he has hanging on his belt, and the other one just shakes like this very ornate dagger that he has. So, you recognize, Alan? It's a parrying dagger. It's not made for. It's not great for stabbing, but it's great for parrying and just finesse-based abilities. But you need to be trained to use this thing.
I'm just imagining a world where Alan did lose his broadsword and got up to the top and was just like, "Ah, sweet, a new one." Just,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the alternate timeline.
Are there any other people back at your camp? Is it nearby?
It's down. He points down the cliff. It's down that way, about an hour or so walk. Yeah, we have a couple of other guys that made it out of town.
All right.
You're like the first people we've seen since we've since ever, because we didn't we were okay. We were out here trying to hunt, trying to see if we could find any food, and we saw you climbing. We thought, well, maybe they have some food and they can share, right? We didn't mean to. We weren't gonna hurt you or anything.
the problem is we're not exactly overflowing and abundant with supplies either. We only have enough food on hand for ourselves for our trip. If we did, I mean, it'd be different if we had a whole packs full or something. But
Okay, sure. I mean, it's tough out here. Yeah, we get it.
It is.
We get
Okay.
it.
So here's the situation. We've come here to look for something to help restore a barrier at a town not too far from here.
What?
If you know anything that can help us find it, that'd be great.
Here? You
And
mean here?
in the ruins.
What, here? The ruins as Carolira?
Yeah.
No, Mister. Actually, can we put our hands down now? Can we put our hands down?
Well, one of you was showing how you didn't really know how to use the dagger, so I thought you already were.
Oh yeah, no, he dropped it immediately.
Okay.
yeah, you could put your hands down.
Okay. You don't listen, Mister. All due respect, you look like tough folk. I mean, you got a fungus guy that can fly, but like, you don't want to go to
That's
Carolera.
redundant. All fungus guys can fly.
It's true, but you don't want to go to Carolera, and the other immediately goes, yeah, you don't want to go to Carolera. That's death trap.
Why is it a death trap?
Well, what, you're going to Carolera and you don't know what's in there.
Hopefully the item we need to restore the barrier at the very least.
I mean, sure, there's.
And you do know what's in there?
Yeah. There's. It's the siren of Carolera. It stalks the city. It's the other one, like clears his throat. It's a Shadeborn. Real dangerous type, you know. Last we heard, it took over the ruins, made it its nest. or whatever they make, and we hear it even sometimes, even when we're back at base. We hear it sing. It always sends shivers on my spine, you know.
Well, either we go in there and we find what we're looking for, and we get out and we save this town. Or we go in there and we die trying. I'm not going to leave. I'm going to go in there.
I'll be right behind you.
We came this far knowing that it was going to be. I mean, being anywhere out here in the Shourdlands is dangerous, and especially certainly ruins. We knew what we were signing up for.
You heard what we said, right? It was a shade board. We're not talking about a gore beast.
I heard.
It's shadeborn or not, we came here to do a job, and we're gonna do it.
All right, it's your funeral. One of them says, like giving a shrug, and then looking at the other at his friend, like these people are crazy.
Is your camp safe as far as it? I mean, I'd be willing to trade. We could trade maybe some of our extra food for if we stayed, possibly. But like I said, we don't really have enough. We only really have as much for ourselves. Can't exactly feed everyone in your camp.
No, listen, ma'am. No camp is safe. We don't have any barrier. We're just holed up in a little cave. It's big enough for all 6 of us. There's 6 of us, and honestly, we've had a few Gorbies skulk around, and we just had to stay quiet to survive. But you say you were from a town, right?
That's right.
You think a town would be like willing to take in 6 able-bodied folk?
Oh, of course. They could always. There's always use for some extra helping hands, especially this times. I mean, as long as you're able to contribute and pull your weight and not be a burden.
Yeah, we
drain of resources.
Yeah, most of us are workers. Is it far?
This is what the second day of our journey. We had one long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about 2 days. It's about 2 days worth of travel over. I mean, obviously it's dangerous, as you know, anywhere out here is, but it wasn't. There was at the base of the cliff. We went through the forests, and there's a river you'd have to cross.
Cross the river? No, Jara, this is crazy. We're not going to cross that river. It's full of gore beasts. The other one. No, wait.
I mean, there was a bridge as well that it had ability to room to jump across. That's how we made it over. She barely. She just not
Air quotes.
We did. Look, we did jump, and we did end up on the other side. Okay,
this is true. Yeah,
he's not lying.
The guy goes, no, Sammy, this is good. This is, ma'am, Misters. How about we make a deal? Look, we're desperate. We haven't had any real food in a while, and two of our own are. I don't know if they're even going to make the trip, so it's probably just going to be four of us. Like, he looks at this still unconscious friends. Maybe three, I don't know at this point, but about this, you got business in Carolera, right? So if you're able to succeed on your business and go back to town, can we tag along?
Yeah, that's what I was going to offer.
Absolutely.
Right.
Safety in numbers and all that.
Right. All right. Okay. That sounds good. Then take this. And you see him grab the broadsword and draw it, and presents it to Alan. So we
Thank you.
we found a couple of dead adventurers a few days ago. Well, I think they were heading for Carolera as well. That's where we got all this stuff, but I think it'll fit. I think you'll gain more benefits from it than we will. So if you want some of this stuff, you take the sword
I
out.
said I grabbed it.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I said I grabbed it.
It's a very this sword has this wavy edge, like almost serrated. It is quite brutal in its in what it looks like. I'm gonna put it into your inventory. So
I really would have gotten a replacement sword.
this is an Uruk broadsword.
Yeah.
It does use, I think it uses finesse to attack.
Yeah.
But it does have it does have a benefit in its ability. So it does come with the deadly ability. When you deal a severe level of damage to a creature, they mark an extra HP. So if you deal severe, they mark 4 HP instead of 3.
Okay.
All right. And then he also gives you, Alan, a stone that you recognize as a Valor Stone. This is a stone that you actually place against your armor, and it actually attaches itself to the armor. And it gives you an ability. So whenever you use your last armor slot, you roll a d6, and on a 6, you actually don't waste that armor slot. You know,
Thank you.
because you lack armor, right? And the other one looks and look, I got this magic bow. The dude that we found had this and these magic arrows. If you want. It is a bow that uses, it's a magical weapon and uses instinct. Both Tarna
That's what-
yes, it's what both Tarna and Alyssa
Yeah.
use.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So Alyssa's gonna turn to Tar and say, "My staff can attack things from a distance pretty well. I don't know if you want this to have some ranged options as well. Not."
I suppose I can take it, and if we, I can always give it back at the end once we've accomplished our mission.
Hey, if you escort us to town, you're welcome to keep those, as long as they accept us in town.
All right.
I'll borrow this then.
All right. So he gives it to the flying mushroom man. So, Tarn, this is called an elder bow. You recognize this as you inspect it. It has a feature called powerful. So when you hit, you roll an extra d6, and you take. You roll an extra 2d6 because you now have level proficiency of 2. You roll an extra 2d6, and you take the highest roll.
Damn.
Basically, you have advantage on damage rolls with this bow.
Nice.
So
Plus-
does that mechanically speaking, does that mean that like he rolls 2d6, like let's say it adds up to 9, and then he rolls 2d6 and it adds up to 7, and then so he takes a 9, or
Yes.
or is it he take okay?
He
It's
takes.
not combining the two best
No, it's
rolls, or
it's not combining the two best rolls. It's from
Nice.
either
Okay.
d6. It's the highest roll of either d6 pairing.
Okay.
And you also gain the piercing arrows. You actually recognize all of this because you've been a druid for a long time and you've seen stuff like this before. These piercing arrows, 3 times per rest, you can use an arrow when you shoot with your bow, and you add your proficiency to the damage roll. So basically, you add a +2 to your damage rolls. But you do have to announce that you're going to use the piercing arrows. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. So,
Nice.
currently you have the Elder Bow or the Arcane Gauntlets if you want to be up close and personal.
Yeah.
So you have this and the other dude, the unconscious dude. Since he is still unconscious, he is not going to offer his armor to you. But the dude with the arrows and you can take this, I guess, and it's a minor health potion.
Nice. Who's that to?
Tarn was missing one of those, right? Because he dropped one.
Yeah, I
Then he
lost
used one.
I used one and I lost one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could take it.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take that then. Thank you.
So they go. So all we can do to help, like if you survive, you're our best bet. Because I don't think we're gonna be able to get to your town from here with all those gore beasts on the way. So try to not get found out by the siren, I guess. And be careful. Whenever we get close to Carolera, we don't see a single gore beast over there. I don't think she likes the company of gore beasts, which is actually kind of more terrifying now that I think about it.
Well, it'll make our job that much easier if there are less gore beasts around, I suppose.
Yeah. All right, Alan's gonna hand them his extra food.
Really? Oh shit! Thank you, Mister.
Take it. Where should we, when we're done with our business? You said your camp is your cave is about an hour down the path that way.
Yeah. You know what? If you go down, you go down that way. There's a path that leads down. It's going to take a couple of hours, but you can take that path. There's no gore beasts over there. One of us is going to wait down at the end of the path. How about that? We'll wait. How long do you think you're going to take?
As long as it takes.
Yeah.
Are we going?
Hopefully in and out, but I suppose we'll see.
Or were we thinking rest before we head over there?
You can take a short rest if you want. All right. So how about this? Sammy here, and like pets his friend. I'm gonna have to take our unconscious friend myself, but Sammy here can wait, what, 4 or 5 hours?
Then I guess we'll see Sammy in about
Sure.
4 to 5 hours.
All right, cool. They both nod at each other and they begin to walk. Careful with the siren. Don't let her find you. As you see them slowly begin to leave.
It does complicate things, but I'm sure we can make it in and out without some giant well, not even a gore beast. What would they call her?
A Shadeborn.
A Shadeborn. I'm sure we can get in and out before a Shadeborn sees us. Probably.
Question mark?
Yeah.
Let's I guess let's rest up and let's.
You can definitely have a short rest if you want.
All right, let's do a little short rest.
All right. So I will say, RB, you are missing 2 HP and 1 stress. You have all your armor. You take a short rest. What do you wish to do? Tend wounds, clear stress, repair armor, or prepare?
What's my hope level at?
Your hope is you have 2
3.
hope.
2 hope. Okay. I'm going to heal up and prepare.
No clear stress?
No, I'll just keep the 1 stress. I have so many stress slots.
You have 8 stress, yes. Alright. So
Wow, that's 1 more than me.
you tend to your wounds. Let me roll. You're gonna clear because it's 1d4 plus 2.
I'll
So
go ahead and do my takedown. My takedown time, not takedown. I'm gonna take down time.
take down.
That's what I did a minute ago.
Take down.
Yeah, we missed out apparently on some armor because Tarn flattened the guy.
Dude was not gonna offer the armor because he's unconscious.
For my preparations, Alan is going to take the time to get in some practice swinging with the new sword so that he has a better idea of how it moves because it is weighted differently.
Mm-hmm. Very differently. All right. Actually, this sword, despite it being more brutal looking and the same size as your other broadsword, it's actually lighter, so it's kind of easier to maneuver, and it slices really well. But it's different. It's just different.
Yeah.
Yes, Tarn. I was just going to say I'm using 10 to wounds and clear stress, but I've only got 1 of each, so I don't see him rolling.
Oh, no need to roll.
I'm probably gonna clear it.
Yeah, you're gonna. It's a D4. It's a D4 plus something. So I would have done it. Yeah. So
I'm so tanky and so good at clearing my armor slots. I didn't need to do either of those. So I'm
know.
just like, I'll get some extra.
I mean, to be fair, you haven't fought since the last time you short rested, and so.
Yeah. I only needed to heal. Yeah, I'm the only one that took damage, and then, like I said, I have so much stress, so I'm fine with it. So as part of Alyssa's preparing, she's just going to do kind of like a gear check on everything, not just like because we gave away some of the food, so she's going to make sure that we still properly have spread out rations for people. We have that like the our health potions are properly divvied up. That we're having everything like we didn't drop anything or have anything loose from the climb and that whole adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, sure everything's good to go.
Alyssa, you realize something. With 6 other mouths to feed, even if 2 of them die by the time you get there, it's still you're probably gonna go hungry for a day or 2 on the way back.
Yeah. I know she kind of figured that.
Yeah.
So.
But at least you still have potions, which is nice. All right, all right. So you gather up you patch yourselves up. Alyssa, you had to bandage up your hands because they were quite bloodied from sliding down that cliff. But at least you made it up. You start heading towards the city off in the distance.
And then because Alan and I prepared, so we each get 2 hope. Is that it? Is that how it works?
Yes, we both prepared, so we get 2 hope each.
Yes. You already gave you the 2 hope, and Alan already has. I think Alan already added the hope.
Cool.
Correct.
All right. Okay. Sorry. As you're going on, go on.
Yep. No, this is true. This is fine. So, as you continue marching, you start heading towards Carolera. You see the ruins in the distance. It won't take you even an hour to get there. But as you get closer and closer, you do feel an eerie quiet for the time being, which is weird because you're used to hearing gore beasts off in the distance, or actually surviving animals, or some struggle of some kind, but now there's nothing. It's just this eerie quiet as you look upon Carolera in front of you. This city abandoned when the gore beasts fell upon it, and many of its inhabitants did not make it out. You get closer and closer, and as you step into the city proper, that's when you start hearing it. A song. A feminine voice singing off in the distance, spreading throughout the whole city. It's a beautiful song. Alan Tarn, you're from before the shroud fell. You've heard elvish singing before. Beautiful high elven singers that traveled, making performances that attracted hundreds, thousands of people. Even from being in the same city, you would hear a little bit of that singing. And it's weirdly reminiscent of this elvish singing. You also see in the highest area of the city, there's a building that overlooks the whole settlement. And this place is as ruined as the others, as destroyed and abandoned. But unlike all the other buildings in this city, you see a light, a golden, warm light, shining from the top window of this building. The only sign of life aside from the singing. You get the sense that that might be where this relic might be located. But unfortunately, that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Because this is a good ending spot for the finale next week.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Ooh, I hope we live.
Yeah,
I hope we live as well.
I'm going to be honest. I have 12 beer going into the finale. That's a lot of fear that I can use for a lot of different things.
We're in danger.
You are in danger.
I'm in danger.
I will say I don't have it on me, but I did pretty much my spell I picked up for the level up was essentially Arcane Eye, so at least we're gonna be able to have
You know what? Hell yeah. That's
safe
great.
scouting.
Hey, scouting is
So,
awesome. Scouring is an awesome ability to have. But yeah, so I'm gonna go find someone to raid. But thank you so much for joining me. I actually really like this session, to be honest. Like it was just
That was
the
fun.
climbing and RP, but it's I think at least this time the countdown went well, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that felt a lot like actual like I get how this works and it makes
Yeah.
sense.
It made a lot more sense, right? But yeah, thank you so much. Next week we're gonna be doing the finale for this little short campaign. Then we're gonna take a break week after that, and then the return of Skyheart
Return of Skyhawk.
with a little surprise that I have that is planned.
Ooh.
That you shall see.
We're gonna TPK the first episode.
You know what?
Right.
That is very possible.
That warden guy just flips out and kills all of us
Back to
immediately.
Shourdlands.
I mean, he is a crazy zealot, right? So we shall see. Bye, everyone.
We're-
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.